When we look at our own belly and notice that nothing changes, even when we're trying to eat healthier, there's that quiet frustration, you know? I remember a conversation I had with someone who was doing everything right. Cut out fried foods, added more fruit to their routine, drank natural juice, and still their exams showed fatty liver and their clothes kept feeling tight. That stuck with me because it's exactly what so many people go through. You feel like you're doing everything right, but your body just doesn't follow along. And there is a reason behind that. Not every fruit that looks innocent is the best choice for someone who wants to reduce inflammation in the liver and lose abdominal fat. Some fruits really help the body work better. Others, depending on how and when you eat them, end up slowing the whole process down. And that's where the confusion begins. What's healthy isn't always what actually helps with weight loss, and understanding that difference changes everything. That's why today I want to show you the fruits that truly make a difference when it comes to taking care of your liver and reducing measurements. It's not about cutting everything out or living under a list of restrictions. It's about adjusting simple choices and letting your body work in your favor. When you understand which fruits help digestion, control blood sugar, and ease the liver's workload, the results start to show little by little. Less bloating, more lightness, and that good feeling that your body is finally responding. And that's exactly why, before talking about those fruits, we need to understand why the liver has so much power over belly fat. When we think about losing weight, the first idea that usually comes to mind is cutting calories or removing some specific food. But there's a detail most people overlook, and it completely changes the whole picture. The liver. It's not just another organ. It's basically the control center for almost everything related to fat metabolism. It's like the one in charge of deciding what your body uses as energy and what it stores. And when it's full of fat, inflamed, or overworked, this whole process gets slow, heavy, almost stuck. Something I often explain is that the liver works like a filter. But when that filter is clogged, the body can't turn fat into energy efficiently. That makes fat pile up much more easily, especially around the belly. It's that moment when someone is doing their part, trying hard, but the belly just stays there, firm and steady, as if nothing changed. Another important point is that the liver directly affects how your body handles glucose. If it's congested, glucose spikes faster, insulin works harder, and the body ends up storing even more fat. It's a chain reaction that most people never notice. They think the problem is the amount they're eating, when the real issue is what's happening inside. When the liver starts to calm down and the inflammation goes away, the whole body reacts. Digestion improves, bloating goes down, energy goes up, and that heavy feeling in the belly slowly fades. That happens because the body starts burning fat more efficiently again, without all those internal blockages. And here's where a crucial detail comes in. Some fruits help directly with this process, while others can actually get in the way without you realizing it. When we talk about fruits, it's common to hear that all fruits are good, period. And of course, they are important. But when the goal is to reduce liver inflammation and shrink belly fat, things get a bit more specific. What makes a fruit help or get in the way isn't just its flavor or the fact that it's natural. It's how it affects glucose, digestion, and the liver's workload throughout the day. Some fruits are high in fiber, which helps slow down sugar absorption and makes digestion lighter. That keeps glucose more stable and gives you that good feeling of fullness, preventing the body from storing even more fat around the abdominal area. But other fruits, even though they're natural, have a higher glycemic load. When eaten in excess or at the wrong times, they trigger blood sugar spikes. And those spikes are an open invitation for the body to store more fat, including in the liver. There's also the antioxidant factor. Some fruits are rich in compounds that actually help the liver work better, lowering internal inflammation and making it easier to burn fat. Others don't have the same effect, and depending on how often they're eaten, can make everything harder.
What's interesting is that a lot of people end up eating the wrong fruits, thinking they're doing everything right. And that's why understanding these criteria makes things so much clearer. From here on, everything gets simpler. Just choose fruits that support the liver, help control glucose, and prepare the body to burn fat more efficiently. And now that you understand why this difference matters, we can move on to the fruits that truly make an impact.
Now that you understand why some fruits can be extremely helpful while others can hold you back, it's time to dive into the ones that truly make a difference. And the most interesting part is that we're not talking about anything exotic or hard to find. These are simple, accessible fruits that, when used the right way, offer real support for the liver and help reduce belly fat. The first one is avocado. A lot of people are still afraid of it because of the fat content, but it's exactly those healthy fats that help control glucose and increase satiety. Avocado keeps the liver more stable and reduces insulin spikes, which makes it easier for the body to burn fat throughout the day. It works especially well at night or at breakfast because it helps prevent that quick hunger that throws so many people off. Another powerful fruit is lemon. Even though many people don't think of lemon as a real fruit, it helps the liver activate important enzymes and also reduces bloating. A simple glass of lemon water in the morning or a splash on salads throughout the day already makes a noticeable difference. Berries, like strawberries, blueberries, and raspberries, are true allies. They're low in fructose, high in fiber, and packed with antioxidants that help reduce inflammation directly. For anyone trying to lose belly fat, this combination is almost perfect because it prevents glucose spikes and brings that light, comfortable feeling after meals. They work especially well at night when the craving for something sweet usually hits. Papaya also deserves attention. Besides helping with digestion, it reduces that heavy, bloated feeling, which makes a difference both visually and internally in the abdominal area. It helps the body eliminate what it doesn't need, taking some repetitive workload off the liver. Apples are another excellent option. Rich in pectin, they help the liver eliminate toxins and keep digestion more organized. Many people notice a real difference just by adding one apple a day, especially in the afternoon, paired with a bit of extra fiber like chia. To finish, pears are also a great choice. They offer a mix of fiber and water that helps control glucose and improve satiety. It's a simple fruit, but one that supports the body in a very effective way. And the best part is that when these fruits are included strategically in your routine, everything starts working more smoothly. The liver feels lighter, digestion improves, and the belly finally begins to respond. Now it becomes clearer why each fruit matters, and this sets the stage for something even more important: how they act in digestion to speed up abdominal fat loss. When these fruits become part of your routine in the right way, the first change most people notice isn't even on the scale. It's in their digestion. And that makes sense because a lighter, better functioning liver starts to influence the entire digestive process. It's like the body finally takes a deep breath and says, now we're getting somewhere. Fruits like apples, pears, and papaya help regulate intestinal transit. The pectin and soluble fibers in them form a kind of natural gel in the stomach that slows nutrient absorption and prevents blood sugar from spiking all at once. This leads to longer-lasting satiety and reduces that anxious hunger that pushes people to overeat. Just this shift alone decreases abdominal fat accumulation because blood sugar becomes more stable. Berries come in as antioxidant reinforcements. When the liver is inflamed, the body creates a kind of barrier that makes fat burning harder. By reducing that silent inflammation, these fruits allow the liver to metabolize fat more efficiently again. The result is a less bloated belly and a constant feeling of lightness. Avocado ties everything together with its healthy fats, which help the body manage energy more efficiently. It reduces insulin spikes, prevents excessive fat storage, and improves the digestion of the meals that follow. When you combine these effects, regulated digestion, stable glucose, and a better functioning liver, burning abdominal fat stops being a battle and becomes a natural consequence. And this is exactly where many people make a mistake that ends up undoing all their progress.
You know when we assume everything is fine because I don't feel anything? Yeah, I've been through that myself. I remember a time when I was convinced I was healthy. eating reasonably well, living a kind of routine, and yet I was constantly tired, always blaming the fatigue on work. Until a routine exam showed that my liver was overloaded. I had no idea that could happen without showing any symptoms. And that's exactly where the danger lies. The liver usually stays quiet until it can't anymore. And when the symptoms show up, things are often already pretty advanced. That's why today's chapter is a warning, not to scare you, but to put you back in control. When the liver is inflamed, you may experience persistent fatigue, a feeling of heaviness or bloating, more difficulty losing weight, worsening digestion, changes in mood. Yes, that happens. But as I said, sometimes not even these signs appear. The body keeps pushing through and we go on with life, until the day an exam catches us by surprise. The good news is that you're already doing something most people never do, looking for information before things blow up. And once you understand what overloads the liver, it becomes much easier to act in time and avoid serious problems down the road. In the next chapter, we'll get into the part I consider the most transformative: how to recognize the subtle signs the liver gives that almost no one notices. That's where everything starts to make sense.
One thing that has always stuck with me was hearing a doctor say, "The liver speaks softly." At the time, I even laughed, but later I realized how true that is. The liver does give signs. They're just so subtle that most people don't notice them. And you know what's worse? These signs show up in everyday life, mixed in with the routine, and we get used to them. I myself spent months thinking it was normal to live with low energy, until I understood my body was simply trying to warn me. Here are some of these silent alerts, the ones most people ignore, but that say a lot about liver health. Persistent fatigue, even when you sleep well. The kind of tiredness that makes everything feel heavier than it really is. Abdominal bloating, especially at night. It's not just being full. Many times, it's the liver asking for help. Slightly yellowish skin or dull, less bright eyes. Small details that change slowly and go unnoticed. Mild, occasional nausea that comes and goes. Not painful, but disruptive. Difficulty losing weight, even when eating better. This is one of the most common complaints, and many people don't connect it to the liver. Mood changes, irritability, or a feeling of discouragement. It may seem emotional, but the whole body reacts when the liver is inflamed. These signs don't show up all at once, and not every day. They appear gradually, like little clues. And when you put those clues together, you start to see the full picture. And then you understand why so many people only discover a liver problem when it's already advanced. What matters is this. If you recognized at least one of these symptoms in your daily life, it's not a reason to panic. It's a reason to pay attention. In the next chapter, we're going to talk exactly about that. Which simple habits help the liver recover and why they work so well. This is where things start to click and change truly begins. When I started understanding how the liver really works, something surprised me. It's not fragile. In fact, it's one of the most stubborn organs we have. It tries to regenerate all the time, but it needs the right conditions for that to happen. And that's where a few simple habits come in, the kind anyone can fit into their routine, even on busy days. The first one is giving your body real breaks. A lot of people think this just means sleeping more, but it's not only that. It's slowing down mentally, easing that internal pressure we carry without realizing it. The liver feels when stress is high, and it reacts. Another point is real hydration, not that drink a glass of water when you remember kind of thing. When I started taking this seriously, I noticed the bloating that bothered me at the end of the day began to fade. It may seem small, but it makes a real difference in how the liver works and how it filters toxins. Then there's the quality of the food you eat, which matters much more than the quantity. When you add more fiber, vegetables, fruits, and lean proteins to your plate, the liver responds quickly. It's not about restrictive dieting or perfection. It's just avoiding repetitive excess. And of course, moving your body. I'm not talking about intense workouts. Even a 20-minute walk changes a lot. Circulation improves, fat in the liver becomes easier to reduce, and your metabolism responds better. The good part is that none of these habits require big sacrifices. They're small adjustments that, when added up, create the perfect environment for the liver to regenerate. And that's exactly what sets the stage for the next point, the everyday mistakes that sabotage this recovery without you even noticing. No matter how hard we try to do everything right, there are always a few slip-ups that go unnoticed and end up slowing down the process of reducing liver inflammation and losing belly fat. I talk about this because I've seen a lot of people feeling frustrated, thinking nothing was working, when in reality, it was just small details sabotaging their results. One of the most common mistakes is assuming that fit food is always light. Snack bars, bottled juices, store-bought granola, most of that stuff is loaded with hidden sugar, and sugar is a direct enemy for anyone trying to reduce fat in the liver. Sometimes a person eats perfectly well at lunch and dinner, but falls into this trap between meals. Another slip-up is eating late at night. It doesn't even have to be a heavy meal. Even that harmless little snack close to bedtime can interfere with the liver's rest. It works best when it has time to pause. There's also the habit of skipping meals, thinking it speeds up weight loss. In reality, the body interprets it as a lack of energy and starts storing even more fat, including in the liver. And of course, we can't forget the excess coffee that so many people rely on as fuel. 1 or 2 cups is fine, but drinking it all day long puts the body in a constant alert state and increases internal stress. The good news is that these mistakes all have simple fixes. Getting rid of them already clears the path for the final phase, where we'll bring everything together and show how to turn these adjustments into real, sustainable results. If you've made it this far, you've probably realized that taking care of your liver isn't about following impossible rules or getting stuck in extreme diets. It's really about small choices that, when repeated day after day, create a deep shift, both in your body and in the way you see your own health. And I see this happening all the time. People who thought they'd never lose belly fat start noticing their clothes feeling looser, the bloating going down, waking up with more energy, all because they put simple, consistent, and smart adjustments into practice. The truth is, your liver responds quickly when you give it the right environment to work. The right fruits, the right habits, the necessary cuts, all of this comes together in a way that truly makes a difference. It's not a miracle, it's strategy. And now that you understand this path, the next step is to put it into action. Start with whatever feels easiest today, adding one of the recommended fruits, drinking more water, avoiding that mistake you recognized in the previous chapter. One change leads to another, and before you know it, you'll be seeing the results. And don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next videos. If this content helped you see your liver health from a new perspective, share it with someone who's also fighting that stubborn belly fat. Sometimes a simple piece of information is the push someone needs to get started. And of course, if you want to keep learning habits and foods that truly transform the body, stick around for the upcoming videos. There's a lot of good stuff on the way, and I'll be right here with you on this journey. See you in the next video.